Welcome to the gallery. I'm your host, Brianna Gustafson, and I'm here today with the Artist of the Month, Ben Leary. Welcome, Ben.
Oh, well, yeah, thank you. It's an honor.
We're glad to have you here today.
Yeah,
How does it feel to be the Artist of the Month?
feels pretty good. I think I've got enough stuff here that's been in my room for a while, so it's good to have it out, and I don't know, it'll be some good exposure, and
Yeah,
so it's exciting.
definitely. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself as an artist and your background?
I grew up on the Cape. I was born in Dennis. I could probably draw before I could walk or talk. I have strong foundations in drawing. I grew up spoon-fed Disney films, so naturally I got into cartooning, and that kind of grew into more traditional art. And I stuck with drawing for a long time, and then I gradually got into painting, mainly still lifes and, I don't know, a lot of observational work. That's typically what I'm into. But I also like to break away from that, though, too, when I can. But I don't know, to grow up on the Cape, it's a good environment for that. You're kind of surrounded by a lot of artsy people, and things are always like going on. So I think it's a pretty good place for that. And I like to do a little bit of everything, draw, paint, sculpt. So I guess trying to pin it down to one thing is like not an easy thing for me.
Right.
I like to do a little bit of everything, I guess. So.
Well, that's good. You're very well-rounded.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
What are you thinking with your future in art? Are you just keeping it as a hobby for now, or are you thinking about making it a career?
Ideally, I would like it to be a career. I feel like that kind of, the arts sort of is who I am. I got a degree, and I'd like to continue that, which I will be doing in the fall. If I could get paid to do it, that would be my dream. And kind of like what I was saying, it's like not an easy thing for me to just pick like one thing to do.
Right.
I like doing art for kids' books. You kind of don't feel encumbered with things. You can kind of like, I don't know. And the audience isn't too critical. So I guess kind of like, I don't know, like I would like to do it for a career, but I'm not too picky as to what I would be doing, because it's also what I do in my free time.
Right.
So whatever I don't get a chance to do for a job, I'd be doing in my free time anyway.
Right, and you said you were doing a little bit of screen printing now, which is a little bit more art related than what you were doing before.
Yeah.
Construction.
Right, yep. I like to try to, for the time being where I'm not doing it for a career, I like to find like the closest way possible to do that. And I had been doing construction since, well, now 2007 and 8, I guess, and you don't get as many opportunities to bring the arts to that. And yeah, I just started doing screen printing the beginning of the summer, and so that's a little closer to what I'm into, but it's kind of interesting to see the process. It's actually very closely linked to making prints, or like a like the way you would do a copy of, say, a painting, where you would do one color and then you do one on top of it, and that. So
Cool.
Yeah.
What do you think that your viewers of your artwork, what do you think your artwork says about you as an artist?
Um, well, I think I've got an eye for detail, I guess. I tend to notice like little small things, but I guess I would say I'm just looking at a lot of different stuff. Like I'm not, I don't know, a lot of them, they're not as clever as I would like them to be. They don't like have like a potent thing they're saying. But I don't know, like I try to have fun and to not take it too seriously, but to be sincere. But I kind of do get serious at the same time, and that's why I like to break away and try things that I maybe like haven't done as much.
Right.
I think it's just like good old-fashioned art where you kind of, I don't know, like with my stuff I feel like you get to pick what it would mean to you, and I'm like maybe not blatantly trying to say something.
Yeah.
But then with other ones I sort of am.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of leave it maybe ambiguous, so it's sort of up to them.
Cool. Do
Yeah.
you want to talk a little bit about some of the pieces that you brought with you today?
Yeah, sure. Let me see. We've got a couple of still lifes. This would be one. That's a candy there, which in its actual size is probably about an inch. And kind of like I was saying, I like to really zoom in. I mostly do still lifes when I paint. And there's not kind of always a specific rhyme or reason to what's in there. But then these are favelas in Brazil, which were actually slums. But they're actually really colorful and bright.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought they kind of made for like, I don't know, it's like kind of an interesting juxtaposition of things. That one behind you there is just me getting set up to paint. I didn't know what to paint, so I decided to paint that. This was for a book. That was an illustration for a poem about a cat. And that was for children, so I kind of wanted to make it like a bright and more fun thing. This was one inspired by my wife. That's her favorite food there. It is the avocado.
I love avocados.
Yeah.
So I love that painting.
Oh, well, thank you. The one on the ground by your foot there is of Sasuit, which is over in Dennis. I don't do as many landscapes as I would like to, or kind of set up and be outside, but that was my first one that I actually kind of got everything set up and I sat outside. And then this was a still life I did in a painting class at the community college here.
Oh, cool.
So
Now, can you explain to the audience a little bit what still life means, still life art?
still life is, it's kind of for people like me who like really take their time. Traditionally, most people would do a painting of like a model, but then you have to have someone sit there and be really patient. And so still lifes are great, especially today with photography, because your fruit might not go bad or your flowers might not be dead. But with still life, since it's pretty common, it's a lot of people will find importance in the objects that they will pick, and typically it would be things like a flower. During the Renaissance, they would pick kind of contrasting objects, like they'd do a flower and a skull, and they would do maybe seeds. And it's almost like they're trying to give you a subconscious, maybe some sort of an implication as to like them trying to say something, but at the same time it is a study, so you're trying to sort of observe the lighting and the shadows and all the things that are important to make a finished painting. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Thanks for explaining that to us.
Oh, yeah.
If you are interested in attending Ben's reception here at the Cape Cod Community Media Center, be sure to look at our website, capemedia.org, for all the latest updates. Ben, I want to thank you again for being here with us
Sure.
today. And you have great artwork. It will be hanging in here for the next couple months, so I'm excited. And are you going to bring more in?
Oh yeah.
Fill
yeah.
up the walls a little bit?
Yep.
Excellent. Thanks so much for being here
Oh,
today.
yeah.
And
Thank
thank you for watching the gallery. I'm Brianna Gustafson.